Together we learn, together we grow, together we heal, together we flow. Be cool, every teacher, every school. 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 Be cool.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Todd Scholl. I serve as the lead learner for the SCEA's Center for Educator Wellness and Learning. We call ourselves CEWL for short, CEWL. Right here, you can learn more about what we do to improve the inner and outer lives of educators here in South Carolina on our website, CEWL.us. That's CEWL.us. And one of the ways we do that is through an incredible free online program called CEWL Coaching. This is free one-on-one coaching, and we are blessed tonight to have the three amazing veteran educators who lead our CEWL Coaching initiative with us to talk about exactly what CEWL Coaching is and to answer any of the questions that you might have about CEWL Coaching. So without further ado, here is Dr. Marcella Wine-Snyder, Angi Brush, and Stephanie Johnson. How are you all doing tonight?
Doing great.
Good evening. We're great.
Awesome. Well, first of all, congratulations. This is a program that I think is continuing to catch on, and people realizing the incredible value that you offer. Before we get started, I think it would be good for us just to go around, introduce ourselves. I think a lot of people, if they're educators in South Carolina, probably know the three of you. But just to be sure, we'll go around. We'll start with Marcella.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Marcella Wine-Snyder. I'm the Teaching and Learning Specialist for CEWL.
And Stephanie?
Hi, I'm Stephanie Johnson. I am one of your induction coaches for CEWL.
Hey, everyone. I'm Angie. I'm also a CEWL coach.
Awesome. Well, let's start with how CEWL Coaching got started. Marcella, tell us a little bit about how that initiative came about.
Okay, so as Todd mentioned, I am the Teaching and Learning Specialist at the SCEA's Center for Educator Wellness and Learning. And I'm joined by educator extraordinaires, like I call them, and fellow CEWL coaches Angi Brush and Stephanie Johnson. And first and foremost, just wanted to say that we are absolutely thrilled to be a resource for induction educators here in South Carolina. So before we get into what CEWL Coaching is, just wanted to take a bit of time to share some contextual information about what CEWL and its mission is first. So first and foremost, CEWL is the brainchild of our host, the brilliant Todd Scholl. And with the support of the SCEA and NEA, we're actually able to do the work that we do. And so put simply, CEWL is committed to what we like to say, improving the inner and outer lives of South Carolina's educators. So with this mission in mind, we offer a comprehensive array of free professional development opportunities, FREE. And these opportunities are specifically tailored for public schools and districts. So at CEWL, we feel that we're deeply committed to supporting South Carolina's educators, not only in their personal journeys, but in their professional journeys as well. And we also believe that by empowering them, we can significantly bolster teacher recruitment and retention here in South Carolina, ultimately leading to improved student outcomes and educational excellence. So as I mentioned, our professional development offerings are designed and curated to provide cutting-edge resources and learning experiences that we feel transform educators by addressing the unique challenges that they face in the classroom. So whether one seeks a opportunity to enhance their classroom instruction or foster a positive and inclusive school culture, or even prioritize their teacher well-being. We feel our programs cater to a diverse range of needs and aspirations. So, in collaboration with NEA, the SCEA recognized early on that we needed to support and create tailored programming specifically for our induction teachers. These are our new teachers between 0 and 5 years of experience. So, in our efforts to sort of build programming, what we wanted to do was to make sure that we support those teachers. And the programming is comprised of a variety of programs that cater to our early career educators. So essentially, what we do is we work with what we call our targeted districts across the state, and we work with those districts to enhance and customize their teacher induction program while providing support as needed and requested for others. So, what emanated from this work with the Induction Institute during its developmental stages 2 years ago is what we refer to as school coaching. And so, we're going to dive into that tonight. So, I'm going to turn it over to Angie, or like I refer to her, Coach Brush. She's going to answer the question, what is cool coaching?
Great. Thanks, Marcella. Cool Coaching is amazing. It is a one-on-one tailored program designed to meet the unique needs of our induction teachers and their aspirations. We know that in many of our schools, our brand new teachers, especially our first year teachers and sometimes second year teachers, they do get a mentor. Sometimes their mentor is not they're working with multiple induction teachers. And so we are here to answer questions, to sometimes just to listen, just to be a non-judgmental ear, someone that you can talk to. So whatever your needs are as a early career educator, we are here to help coach you through that.
Stephanie, why should, if I'm an early career educator, why should I choose the three of you and this program for support?
Okay, so I'm going to give you like the top 5 reasons to choose Cool Coaching. Number 1, we provide customized support. It's tailored to our teachers' unique needs, goals, ensuring that you receive the best guidance that matters to you most. Experience seasoned educators with a wealth of knowledge and experience in the field. We've been where you are, so we are ready to share our expertise with you. Empowerment. We aim to take charge of your teaching career, build confidence to be the best educator that you could possibly be. Results oriented. Cool Coaching is designed to help you achieve measurable results in your teaching practices and career development. And our last reason is for community. By accessing Cool Coaching, you become a part of a community of educators that are completely dedicated to your success.
Awesome. So, Marcella, what are, if I'm now convinced and I'm ready to be a part of this program, how do early career educators connect with y'all?
Okay, so there are several ways that educators can connect with us. First is online. So educators can join us weekly. We're available on Tuesdays and Thursdays, anytime between the hours of 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. for direct access to a cool coach to ask questions in a judgment-free environment and receive personalized one-to-one advice and support. So they can connect with us via Zoom at the link cool.us/coaching. Educators can also connect with us in writing via a Dear Cool Coach submission. So if you remember Dear Abby or Ask Ann Landers back in the day, you could connect with us that way. So via a Dear Cool Coach submission. So educators can submit their questions to Dear Cool Coach and get that practical, non-biased advice from veteran educators and cool coaches. So our submitted questions are posted anonymously on Cool social media. We allow experienced teachers to offer their insights first before our cool coaches provide a published response. And to do so, just write Dear Cool Coach at cool.us/Dear Coach. Another way they can access support is via email. So educators can also send their questions to dearcoolcoach@gmail.com. Again, dearcoolcoach@gmail.com for direct email support from one of our cool coaches. And then the fourth way to access support, which is pretty new, however, is for members only. So the first three ways to access support is for any educator here in South Carolina. But the fourth is for members of the SCEA. So for members only, we offer what we call an observation and feedback site visit. So let's say you need personalized in-class support. So members of the SCEA can request a site visit from a cool coach or staff member to observe them in their classroom in action. So this service is actually designed to help address any instructional delivery issues or concerns that our members may have as they try to improve their own instructional practice. So for example, let's say you are struggling with transitions in your classroom and you want someone to come into your classroom, provide that unfiltered, unbiased feedback and give you support. We're able to do that. And all you have to do is sort of reach out to us, send me an email, and we'll make that happen. So those are the ways that our educators can access us and the support that we offer.
That's great. When y'all are doing these one-on-one sessions, what are some of the content that you go over, some of the subjects that come up? And any one of you can jump in on that question.
Okay, I'll start first. I think sessions run the gamut, Todd, from like classroom management to let's see, strategies and tips for dealing with classroom disruptions, lesson planning, adapting lessons to meet the needs of diverse learners are some of the few that I can think of right off the top of my head.
And also working with the adults in your building, teachers who have paraprofessionals in their classroom or co-teach, and sometimes issues that arise between adults. We've talked about those things as well, which I think would be great, having someone outside of my school building that I can talk to about that situation and get, honest, non-judgmental advice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's really important because I remember in my first year teaching, I'm new to the building, I'm new to the staff, and I had issues and I didn't really know who to go to about those issues because I didn't want anybody to think, well, he doesn't know what he's doing by asking that question. Or maybe, like you said, I had an issue with a person and I don't want to feel like I'm like tattling on them or something like that. So to have someone who's a veteran who's not connected to the school that I can go to and say, this is what's going on. What do you think I should do in this situation? I know that y'all aren't going to go back to my school and say, Todd, so I think that kind of dynamic is important because we know in South Carolina, these early career educators that in the first year they're assigned a mentor, but sometimes that relationship can prevent some authentic relationship communication from taking place.
Yes.
We've even had a few educators log on with us and say, I appreciate all three of you, but could you pull me into a breakout room? I'd really prefer to just speak with one of you. And so even if that is something that a teacher would prefer, we've done that as well.
Right.
The unique thing about Cool Coaching, you remember the days of Skype, and we had to actually sign up in our school buildings for these video conferences. Now we have the progression of social media, Zoom, and all these different technical networks that we're able to access coaching from, where before it was limited. So I'm grateful for that.
Y'all have helped a lot of people. What are some of the most frequently asked questions among the folks who join those calls?
Right. Well, one question we get often is, do we have to be a member of the SCEA to get to, or to access the support of Cool Coaching services? And of course, the answer to that is no. We want to help as many South Carolina educators as we possibly can. And we do want to invite them to become a member of the SCEA. So another frequently asked question we often get is, what are the benefits of membership? And so we're able to share those benefits of membership with our educators and share how the SCEA is of value to them as a professional educator.
Yes.
Stephanie, what would you say when somebody asks you that question? Like, what are some of the benefits you'd like to someone who might be watching now? What are some of the benefits that stand out to you?
I would say some of the things that we offer, the personalized guidance, having a unique one-on-one interaction for someone that's outside of their building that Angie and both you and Angie talked about, Todd, to have, a different perspective. And I just remember when I was a induction teacher myself, just wanting to have an additional voice and just feeling that anxiety. Okay, if I show someone, what I don't know, will it get back to my higher
Right.
up principal? Can I confide in them? And I wouldn't want anyone to feel like that'll be in that position. So the personalized guidance, professional development, even just being a cool coach. I have learned so much from these two young ladies, from Marcella as well as Angie, to be able to assist me not only as a coach, but as a leader in school. So I will be able to assist more teachers throughout South Carolina. Emotional support. You don't know how many phone calls or Zoom interactions that we've had where my heart has gone out to some of the educators that are across the state, with them calling into Cool Coaching with some of the challenges that they're experiencing. Resource access, of course, we offer a variety. There's so much on the Cool website, not just coaching, but on the Cool website to, help provide you professional development in areas, not just professionally, but for wellness and self-care as well.
Absolutely. Angie?
I love that we are available 2 nights a week. And one misconception that I know I addressed with a few people early on in our first year, we're online from 6 to 8, but that doesn't mean that if you need help that you have to log on at 6 and stay with us until 8. You
Right.
can log on, you can call us. We've had teachers call in from the car on their drive home, ask a question, and then log off. So anytime in that time span, we're available twice a week. And I think back to some of my early years, what I would have given to have that kind of access to support.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
that's a really important point, because it is that 2-hour window,
Right.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 to 8. But if you just have one question, hey, I just have a quick question and I just need like 2-3 minutes. You don't have to, like you said, stick around for 2 hours. No one's giving you a time commitment. But if
Right.
they do need a little bit more support, then y'all are there for the length of time if they need it.
Absolutely.
So it's really customized to what they might need. I'm wondering if so. Some people have very practical questions like, hey, I've got a student with an IEP and this and that happening, or I've got like, I've got a student who's being disruptive and they need very specific, pragmatic advice. And then I'm sure there's some people that, like Stephanie alluded to, who they're just struggling, like mentally, or struggling with stress of the profession. What is the balance of that now? Do you see, are most of the calls pragmatic, or are they more like just need someone to listen for a little bit, or is it a little bit of both?
Marcella and Stephanie, I think it's a little bit of both.
Yes.
What about you guys?
I think so. Yes, I think it's a little bit of both, because we're able to tell them that, their feelings are valid. We validate their feelings. We make sure to let them know that we have been there. We understand the struggles that they're facing, but we're here to support them. And then we give that unfiltered, unbiased advice about, how they should handle a situation. One thing we do really well is we listen intentionally first. And sometimes they just need a listening ear. They don't need advice, or even want advice for that matter. They just want someone to listen,
Right.
so that they can share, what's on their heart and what's on their minds. And so I think that's important for some of our members, to just have that listening ear.
Mm.
I remember last spring we had a teacher log on, and it was early into the session, and she logged on and she just started unloading, and I kept listening for a question and I just,
Mhm.
and like 30-40 minutes later, she said, okay, I just needed to,
Mhm.
get that off my chest. And you could hear in her voice the change just by letting that all out to us. And then she was like, okay, I'm going to go on my way now. But she
Right.
just needed to have somebody
Yeah.
just to listen. So,
Yeah.
And it's also important for folks who are watching to know that there's a difference between what y'all are doing in therapy, even though I feel like sometimes it's important for people to know that, that sometimes what you need is beyond the scope of cool coaching. It's actually some therapy. And I did want to mention to folks tonight, if they haven't already heard about this, South Carolina, if you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, there is an online therapy app called Miru. It's MERU, and you can download that app and you can connect with a counselor, and it is covered by your insurance. And I've heard multiple educators say that it's been really good for them. So if you are a person who needs something beyond coaching, like you don't need to just vent a little bit and ask some questions, but you actually need some therapy because you're struggling, want to just encourage people to look up Miru, and I'll put that at the bottom of the screen in just a minute.
Yes.
Right. And Todd, that is one of the things I love to share with. I didn't get a chance to share my advice when they ask about like why join the SCEA, like what are the benefits of membership? And there's this whole list that I like to sort of run down about why it's very important for them to join the SCEA. And like Stephanie and Angie mentioned earlier, there are 3 memberships in one, and there is no other organization where you're going to get that membership at the national level, at the state level, at the local level as well. And then there are 4 levels of support. So, like we mentioned, national, state, and local, but there's also support at your work site level, your building level, your school level. One that a lot of educators are already familiar with is that legal coverage, or the $3 million in liability. And so that is great to have, but that's not the primary reason I believe that members join the SCEA. It's because of all of the other benefits, like the attorney referral program, free certificate renewal credits, the federal student loan forgiveness opportunity. And one favorite I know of some of our UniServe directors is the travel benefits that you get, like $500 for personal
Right.
travel every year, and lots of discounts. And so I encourage members to take advantage of those discounts, take advantage of all that the SCEA benefits have to offer. And they can check that out at neamb.com. So just wanted to share that information. NEAMB for memberbenefits.com.
Thank you. And Stephanie, you've taken advantage of a lot of the resources that NEA has to offer. Can you talk a little bit about your experience in NEA and leadership development?
Um, wow, I don't even know where to start. It's just been so impactful into my life. And again, I wish I had cool coaching when I first started off, but maybe it was meant to be for me to be in this position. But the different, as a member, being a part of the minority leadership training, women's leadership training, um, taking a part of the leadership summit that NEA offers, um, being a part of the different caucuses. I don't know if our members, or even our potential members, as I would call them, know that NEA has different caucuses that are somewhat separate from the organization, but they're connected, if that makes sense, that allows you to be a part of topics that are very passionate to yourself. So there are
Right.
so many different capacities that has allowed me to try to be seen, even in this work in itself, not just as an educator, but even in the union work. You want your voice to be heard, you want to be seen, and I would wholeheartedly say NEA has provided me that opportunity that I will be forever grateful about.
I believe that every time I turn around, you're doing something else. I mean, you're just taking advantage of so many of those opportunities, and that's incredible. Angie, you and I've been around in South Carolina for a while.
A little
We've
while.
known each other for a little while.
Yeah.
Uh, as you've as you've experienced the decades in the profession here in South Carolina, um, how do you see the SCEA as an advocacy organization, the importance of it?
Someone to reach out to and ask questions, and get an honest answer, about what's going on, things you can and can't do, how you should handle certain situations, just having an advocate in your corner, that resource to always reach out to.
Yeah. Marcella, any final thoughts before we sign off? Anything else you want to say before we wrap things up?
Just wanted to share that we would love the opportunity to help any educator in South Carolina via Cool Coaching. Please reach out to us on Tuesdays and Thursdays between the hours of 6 and 8. We would love to help you through whatever challenges you're facing, or just be a listening ear. And we also invite you into membership to become a member of the SCEA, and also to make sure that you take advantages of all that the SCEA and NEA has to offer if you are currently a member.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank the three of you, Angi, Stephanie, Marcella, for offering this and giving up every Tuesday and Thursday night. I mean, that is a huge thing that you're doing, a huge service, and giving up those evenings to work with our induction educators across South Carolina. And I know that you're so kind-hearted, you won't turn to someone who's in their 6th year. You're not going to be like, you're 1 year too late. You're not really an early career educator. So I know that you'll allow other folks to join you. I just want to thank you for what you do. It is absolutely incredible, and hopefully more and more people are going to take advantage of this free one-to-one offering that you provide. So thanks to all three of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That was Dr. Marcella Wine-Snyder, Angi Brush, and Stephanie Johnson. We got to get Angi off. Sorry, Angi. And I just want to say what an incredible service that is. And if you're not currently taking advantage of it, I'm not sure what you're doing. So if you are an early career educator, so that means if you're in the first 5 years of your career, or if you know somebody in your building or your district who is in the first 5 years of their career and they're struggling, or they have questions, or they need advice, all they have to do is go to this website every Tuesday and Thursday between 6 to 8. They don't have to be there for the whole 2 hours. They just log on whenever they can between 6 and 8 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Go to cool.us/coaching, and they will find the link to join Cool Coaching. They'll get put into that Zoom meeting, and then they'll either be with all three of them or one-on-one with one of those three amazing educators, and they're going to be able to get the support they need. And they don't have to stop at just one time. If they want to come back on Thursday, if they want to come back the next week, or a month or two down the road, something else comes up, they can come back. And they do not have to be members of the SCEA. So this is for any public school educator in South Carolina. Any public school educator can do this, and it's for free. And yes, we will tell you a little bit more about joining the SCEA when you join the call, but it's not just going to be a sales pitch. We really are there to serve public school educators in South Carolina. So we hope that you will help us spread the word about Cool Coaching. So thanks again to Angi, to Stephanie, to Marcella for the service that they're providing to our educators here in South Carolina. One other thing I wanted to mention, if if you're struggling with stress, you can head on over to check out Cool Yoga. It's cool.us/yoga. Alex Del Castillo does these live on Wednesdays. He's probably doing one tonight. And if you're on TikTok or on Instagram, just find the SCEA on TikTok or Instagram, and he does a lot of live stuff. And he also does a lot of content that you won't find elsewhere. You won't find it on Facebook or Twitter. It's only going to be on TikTok or Instagram. Alex is reaching a lot of young educators through the content he does. It's really positive and very uplifting. And I also want to just give a shout out to Steve Newsom, who's been doing our Cool Views blog. If you haven't seen that, just go to the website, go to cool.us, CEWL.us, and scroll down to the bottom. You'll find the blog, and you'll also see all of Pete Stone's videos are on there. All the videos Cassie Owens Moore has done on Cool Books. We have a ton of great resources on the Cool website. We have our Praxis initiative and support that we do there, our LGBTQ resources. We do the retreats each summer. We have mindfulness resources. Just a ton of stuff to help support the inner and outer lives of educators. And that's really what we've been trying to do at Cool, is very pragmatically say, like, we're going to help you advocate for you. We're going to help support you in your journey as an educator, and we're going to help create better working conditions by advocating for those policies, advocating to vote for the right leaders who will give you those working conditions and wages you deserve. But we also, at the same time, while we're advocating and fighting, also need to cultivate some inner resources to manage the stress of the profession, to manage the way we feel, and some of the compassion fatigue that can build up, and some of the vicarious trauma that we experience. So we want to make sure we have those resources to take care of our teachers while we're also advocating for them as well. So Cool Coaching is one of the ways we do it. It's probably one of the most important ways we do that, especially for our early career educators. So again, you go to cool.us/coaching every Tuesday and Thursday night from 6 to 8 o'clock. That is all for tonight. We have another live stream coming up on September 24th. Be releasing information about that in the next week or two. We're going to be talking to aspiring educators here in South Carolina. Those are those pre-service educators, and talking to them about the issues that are important to them and how the SCEA is working with our aspiring educators to develop them into our future teacher leaders. So thanks again to Marcella, to Angie, and to Stephanie. And thank you for watching our live stream tonight. I want to wish you the best as you end your week, and have a wonderful weekend, and go Gamebacks.